Once again, I found myself far away from home, wandering remnants of once thriving civilization. Now, just a few building carcasses and stones sleep in a barren valley. They're dreaming of a past greatness, while dust storms hum a lullaby. We are leaving Georgian church behind and now approaching the ruins of Church of St.Gregory, also referred to as a King Gagik's Church. It was commissioned by King Gagik, Bagratid king who ruled between years 989 to 1020. The church meant to commemorate the first millennium since the birth of Christ and was either built in the last years of 10th century or the first years of 11th. Architect Tardat was inspired to recreate the 7th century cathedral of Zvartnots, which was viewed as one of the most important monuments of medieval Armenia and which was destroyed by the earthquake a few decades before. Unfortunately, St. Gregory's design proved faulty and the church collapsed in the early 11th century, probably no more than 20 years from its completion. Nikolai Mar excavated the ruins of King Gagik's Church in 1906. A statue of King Gagik holding the replica of this church was also unearthed. Unfortunately, the statue was then lost following the end of World War I, and only a fragment now remains on display at the Erzurum Museum. The statue probably decorated the interior of the church. Short distance away is the Holy Apostles' Church ruins. The church was constructed sometime prior to the year 1030 and was financed by the princely Pahlavuni dynasty. What you actually see here is the narthex, which is kind of like a vestibule. So you would first enter the narthex and then enter the main hall of the church. We are now approaching the church of St. Gregory. Wait a minute, you might ask, but we have already visited the church of St. Gregory. It was the King Gagik Church. Well, in reality, there are multiple churches of St. Gregory in Armenia. This one is a church of St. Gregory of Abugamir family. So I'll just shorten it as St. Gregory. The church is dated to the second half of the 10th century and was commissioned as a private chapel for the Pahlavuni family, same family that was involved in the construction of the Holy Apostles Church. Website Virtual Ani, where I take most of my information from, labels it as a Abugamir family church, but also does provide information that it was commissioned by Polavini family as their own private chapel. So I'm not sure what is the relation, if it's just two different names for the same family or whatever it is. St. Gregory's precariously sits at the edge of the cliff, overlooking the valley, and is probably the most recognized landmark in Ani. Let's now enter the church and look inside. While the church is well preserved externally, internally we see the signs of vandalism and neglect. Some time ago, rich and colorful frescoes adorned the church. Now we see just the whitewashed walls and graffiti. Graffiti and graffiti. Fortunately, this is the theme we see with a lot of these surviving churches in Ani, where the inside is vandalized and not preserved. In a future video, we will look at the church of Tigran Honets, and there it's even more upsetting the way that the inside of the church has been treated. This is probably a good place to stop for today. We explored a few of Ani's churches, learned more about its rich history, and in the next video we will look at the fortress, the mosque, and probably a few more landmarks in that area. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.